Hey MK3 fam, it's your girl Works, and let's get right into it. Lovecraft Country, episode number 9, Rewind 1921. This episode picks up pretty much where episode 8 left off. Um, Everybody is with Diana, and they all know that she's been cursed. So there's no more secret. A lot of secrets came to light. The answers was provided uh, in this episode. So everybody is trying to figure out what to do, how to get this curse off of D. And Letty, she confesses that she gave Titus's pages to Christina. Um, Ruby confesses that she knows Christina and that Christina will try to help D with the curse because of her. Montrose confessed that he might not be Tick's father, that George might be his father. So there was just a whole bunch of secrets coming out about this. And the main thing in the beginning of the episode was Hippolyta. She came back and she explained that I knew she was going a long time based on the dates that was showing up when she was doing that time travel in last episode. But she explained to them that she was actually on Earth number 5 for what we would say would be 200 years. So I thought she'd been going a long time. But anywho, she comes back because she's been all over the galaxy and other universes and whatever. She now has all this knowledge that she wants to use to try and save her daughter. Christina says that she can't reverse the curse, but she can give them more time. And the only way she gonna give them more time is if Tick agrees to come back to Artem with her willingly. Tick winds up agreeing, but when they asked, when she asked who put the curse on D, they said Captain Lancaster. She wanted to know where was Captain Lancaster. They told her Captain Lancaster was dead. But just when you thinking Christina trying to do something good, because she said that Captain Lancaster took that curse with him. Basically, that's what she was saying. But then you see later, she knew that Captain Lancaster was still alive. She went and found him at his office. Now, granted, alive means a whole bunch of things in this show because he must have had some sort of spell on him to where he couldn't just die, but his body would be damaged. So they kept snatching up black people and chopping them up and giving him the body parts thinking it was going to help him heal, but he could not heal. And she watched him die, and she wanted him to die that one good time for what he had done to William. And I get all of that. But she knew that he had the means to not curse that girl. She could have got that information from him, but no, she always wanted to do something that's just for herself. So you see, she never told them he's probably still alive and I probably can barter and get this information because ultimately she wants Tick to sacrifice himself so that she can become immortal. So I'm just like, God dang that daggone Christina. Anywho, so Hippolyta, she fixes that time machine. She sends them back to Tulsa so they can get the book of names so she can save her daughter. And I'm going to say that was really emotional because the time that they had to go back into was during the Tulsa massacre. And that was May 31st, 1921 to June 1st, 1921. And that's where it was a lot of racial tension. The townspeople, they were deputized. They was given guns by the law enforcement. And they just went and started murdering people, black people that lived in the area that they considered the Black Wall Street. I mean, it was a horrible time. And seeing that was really emotional for me. It definitely made me cry. And, just thinking about how people just don't like you and hate you and want to kill you just because you look different than them. It's just, oh God, it was horrible. So, but if you're not familiar with the Tulsa Massacre, I suggest that you look it up. Don't just go strictly by Wikipedia. Like, really get some research. Learn about it. Find out about it. It's interesting stuff because it's really parallel to a lot of things that are happening today So, anywho, that's why I say I really like this show. So, it was also emotional because since she sent them back in time, Letty, who we all now know is pregnant by Tick, she got to meet Tick's great grandmother. And, she explained to her she came back in time. And since Letty, is enchanted where she has that invulnerability spell, nothing was going to happen to her. But seeing her with Tick's great-grandmother while Tick's great-grandmother was burning up, that was sad. That was hard. It was just really hard. Seeing all those things, you got to see a really big glimpse into Montrose' life and what made him hide his sexuality for so long, from one, his father not approving, to two, the little boy that was probably his first real crush getting his brains blown out in his face. It was really, really a very emotionally charged episode. So for this to be the second to the last episode of the season, it definitely got me wondering what is going to happen next episode. And I know, how HBO do. They'll have you strung along for daggone near a year before the new season starts. So I'm like, oh my gosh, because it's too much stuff to happen that's going to be wrapped up neatly in a bow next week. So I wonder, are they going to tell us, is Ruby going to choose Christina or is she going to choose her sister? Is Tick really George's son? Are they going to tell us who's his father? Are they going to tell Hippolyta that Tick might be George's son? Also, is George really dead? Because remember with the Ouija board, it looked like George was trying to talk to those kids, but then they never touched back on that again. And then Hippolyta, when she went into them alternate um, realities or whatever, George was there. So is she going to be able to bring George back? Who knows? I'm wondering about that. They finally told us who that woman was. Yes, her name really was Nell, and she was the farmhand at the Artem estate. And if Captain Lancaster was obviously enchanted himself to where he could, as long as he traded out body parts, I guess he was okay. Did that not work because he was killed by a magical being? Is that why that didn't work? Was his enchantment only if he got killed, let's say on the job, and it wasn't magic involved? There was just so much that happened in this episode, and it was really tying everything together, that I am definitely looking forward to next episode and the season finale. And I'm definitely know that I'm going to be waiting with bated breath for season 2 to come about. So if you have not watched it already, I'm like a Brooklyn Bricker with that. You need to go ahead and watch yourself some Lovecraft Country, okay? All right, and if you haven't seen the previous episodes recaps, I have a playlist. You can run that. If you watch Lovecraft Country later, come back and then watch my recaps and tell me what you thought of it, okay? About these different episodes and these little plot nuances and things like that. Anywho, sharing is caring. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and you guys know what it is. I love Lovecraft Country.